Alright, welcome to the channel, and today it's my favourite time of year where I'm going to be sticking in a 100% complete collection for the Panini Premier League 2025 sticker collection. That's all 636 stickers plus 48 transfer update stickers. So without any further ado, let's get into it then. So obviously, just don't forget, if you can absolutely smash this like button on the channel and subscribe as well, I'll very much appreciate it. Like I say, I do appreciate every subscriber and every like I get on the video. So that's your front cover then. I've got the hardback album as well. That was just the sleeve for it. Your first page for the Premier League album emblem. Sorry. So this is the last sticker album that Panini will be doing. From next season, Topps are taking over, so I don't know how long it's going to be for, but, you know, Panini had it for 6 seasons, I think, so, yeah, it could be 6 seasons, it could be more, but anyway, let's get into it then. So, starting off, obviously, with number 1, the Premier League trophy badge. I'm going to be sticking them in a different way as well than I have in my last videos. Well, I'm going to show you a different way anyway, an easy way where you can make sure you do not get your stickers in the album wrong. So you just fold it back like that a little bit, and then you can offer it up there like that. So you absolutely make no mistakes whatsoever. Stick it in there, and then you just peel that away. And there you go. It's in. No errors. Probably take a little bit longer than the usual way I do it, but anyway, there's number 2. So I'll be doing this for like some of the, you know, the shiny stickers, the better stickers, but I think for the rest of the album, I might just do it the normal way, because otherwise it'd be a 6-hour video rather than a 3-hour one. And there you go, number 2. But yeah, if you want to get precision, that is the very best way to do it. There's your first page. And then we're going to be on to the kits. So they're going like this. Be better if they'd gone like that, wouldn't it? I think, but anyway, let's get on. So we've got obviously starting off with Bournemouth, even though it's AFC Bournemouth. They begin with a B. It's we always go with the Association Football Club part first, don't we? Bournemouth, who finished 8th this season, didn't they? Oh, sorry, finished 9th. It was Brighton that finished 8th, weren't it? So let's offer it up again. Okay, I'll show you. But this look like with these ones, show you how. Like I say, it is, well, you can just do it, no errors in sticking it in, beautifully put in. There we go. That's number 3 that's gone in. Arsenal finished the season second, didn't they? In the end, they did an Arsenal and they finished second on 74 points, I do believe. For that off as well. It might be a bit harder because obviously we've got the fold there in the page. Yeah, there we go. Offer up beautifully. And there we go. Arsenal's kit's in. So peel that back a little bit. See, there's just a little bubble here, like I say. Always best. I'm showing you in previous albums, get that out straight away. And we're on to Aston Villa kit. Villa so unlucky, just missed out on the Champions League places, finishing in 6th, didn't they? Which was really unlucky, especially with how it happened. But at the same time, you know, I remember the very first game back from COVID. It was Aston Villa against Sheffield United at Villa Park. And they didn't switch goal line technology on when Sheffield United scored. So without that, they would have got relegated. So, you know, yeah, they had one bad error for Champions League, but, you know, they also had that one that kept them in the Premier League. So, well, there we go. That's probably about the same value of money, isn't it? On to Brentford then. Brentford finished 10th. Probably better for Aston Villa actually being in the Europa League. They've got a chance of winning the Europa League, haven't they? Whereas obviously the money and the glitz and the glamour of the Champions League is what they're missing out on. Brighton, who finished 8th, so I'm not sure if they have got a European place or not. Are they in Europe? Conference League. I'm not sure. I'll have to find that out. There we go. And watch Chelsea. Like these fabric stickers, yeah, they absolutely stick solid to the page. A nice little addition, weren't it, from Crystal Palace. See Chelsea, got to say, finished 4th in the Champions League places. And got in on last day of season, didn't they, against Nottingham Forest in the end, beating them. So it meant Forest didn't go in the Champions League, and Chelsea did. Palace, obviously FA Cup winners. And they finished in a very respectable Crystal Palace position of 12th. Generally around the position they finish in, but I don't think they'll care one bit. They won FA Cup, didn't they? I'd swap anything for winning FA Cup as a Blade fan. Blades fan, they went to Everton, who in the end, after all the struggles at the beginning of the season, finished a very respectable 13th. Or they were like 9 points behind Palace. End, but yeah, you can't grumble from where they started off the season. They were just lucky again that the 3 promoted teams were, well, just so far behind everyone else that they were never really in a relegation fight. And they went to Fulham, who again finished very respectable 11th in the league, although they do spend quite a bit of money, Fulham, don't they? So I think they might be wanting a little bit more. They have got some class players as well. Like, so one of my favourites is Sander Berg. Now he plays for Fulham, I can forgive him now. When he signed for Burnley, but Blades fans weren't so happy. Ipswich, obviously they finished second from, but they finished 19th. Quite low, 22 points. But, you know, they did have a shining light season, didn't they? They had Liam Delap, who scored 12 goals for him. But now, obviously, it's going to be off to Chelsea, isn't it? Leicester kit finished just above them in last relegation spot, didn't they? 18th on 3 points more on 25. But yeah, again, all 3 promoted teams not doing very well at all, and going straight back down. High likelihood that'll probably happen this season as well, although I must hate to say it. Fancy Leeds to stay up. Liverpool kit. So Liverpool were the champions at a canter. 84 points, 86 goals, top goal scorer in Salah. They, worthy winners of the Premier League, weren't they? This season. But as I was saying, going back on to, so much as I hate to say it, Leeds, I think they will stay up this season myself. I don't think Burnley and Sunderland will. I think Sunderland will really, really struggle, but they'd be very welcome for the money, and then the season after they can come back stronger in the Championship, can't they? So on to Man City, who after they had a terrible run, didn't they, in the season around like October time, were it? So like 12 games didn't win for. I know it was a lot, but again, finished very respectable 3rd after that terrible run. And you know, you've got to think again next season they're going to come at it strong, and again, you've got to make Man City favourites again, ain't you? Because the money they've been spending for the league next season. But you never know, Liverpool might do it again. Man United, they can't have a worse season than this one, can they? Because a worse season is basically relegation, isn't it? 15th in the end, just above Wolves on goal difference, weren't it? And they only scored 44 goals as well. It's such a terrible season. But, you know, I do think Amarim's a good manager. It's just what they're going to do, isn't it? Are they going to spend any money? Are they going to sort out the culture at that club? Because it's not very good, is it? Newcastle, Champions League football again at St James's Park. And time weird derbies as well. Against Sunderland. So I'm sure they'll be very pleased about that. And, you know, you have to make them favourites. So I know it's a derby, but, you know, you can imagine they could be head and shoulders above Sunderland. You never, like I say, you never know it's a derby. To Nottingham Forest, so unlucky to miss out on Champions League spaces, weren't they? And in the most of the season and out in the last few games, and if they like against Leicester, if they'd kept it 2-1, you never know, those extra 2 points. Well, yeah, those extra 2 points to finish above Newcastle, and they would have finished 5th. And one of the local rivals did them out of the Champions League places. And it was Jamie Vardy as well who scored it, weren't it? Always Jamie Vardy. Last season, obviously, at Leicester. Southampton, then. Yeah, the less said about Southampton's season, the better. Celebrated the fact that they didn't equal Derby's points record of 11 because they got 12. And ridiculously, that was because they drew 0-0 at home with Man City. But yeah, just a terrible season all round. The fact that they did worse than Blades did last season but didn't get as much sticks, I think people were just used to it, and the fact we got battered like 8-0, 6-0 and stuff at home, didn't we? But we still had 16 points and scored a lot more goals than them. So yeah, but less said about them the better. And again, less said about Spurs' Premier League season the better, but they did win Europa League, didn't they? So, you know, I suppose they were in a position where they could look at, we're not going to go down, let's go for Europa League. And they did, and they won it. And Postecoglou said, I always win a trophy in my second season, mate. And he did. He can live off that forever, can't he? One of Tottenham's fierce rivals then, West Ham, who again did all right in the end, finishing 14th. But you'd expect they'd definitely be expecting a lot better, wouldn't they? Especially when you've got a 60,000 seat stadium. Certainly expect more. I think it was a mistake getting rid of Moyes myself. And then finally for the kicks, it's Wolves. Yeah, were they 16th in the end? Yeah. They had a terrible start to the season as well, under Gary O'Neill, but managed to pull it round in the end. And their new manager, Jesus, he absolutely, it's not Jesus by the way, but yeah, absolutely turned them round. And yeah, I know there weren't too many nice things said about him at the beginning, but what a turnaround he had with him. And there you go, that is your full kits. Like I said, this season it was the fabric kits, weren't it? Do feel really nice as well. Look very different compared to like your Sheen stickers like these. But yeah, that's all your kit's done. And then we're on to Bournemouth. Starting off Bournemouth then with Bournemouth badge. So Bournemouth did well, didn't they, this season? Let's not beat around bush with it. 56 points. 58 goals scored, 12 plus on the goal difference. Amazing season for when you consider where Bournemouth were not long ago. You know, I think they started on minus 30 points or something like that, or minus 17 points in League Two. And now look at them, 9th in Premier League, 56 points, just missing out on Europe. Absolutely smashed it, haven't they, at minute? You know, not considered really one of the big clubs in English football. Kepa Arrizabalaga going in there. But yeah, they've, you know, it just shows you, if you have the right manager and the right investment, what can happen. I mean, and plus, you know, players like Semenyo, aren't they, as well, they're going to be lucky to keep, aren't they? And Kepa's probably gone back to Chelsea, I would imagine. Mark Travers, who were on loan at Middlesbrough, weren't he? Last season, but I remember the season they came up a couple of years ago. Because they spent a couple of seasons back down in Championship. He was instrumental, weren't he, Mark Travers? He was a really good goalkeeper for him. Just didn't quite manage to help Middlesbrough get into playoffs, did they? Now Carrick's been sacked. But yeah, as well, obviously, you know, I always stick in the Premier League books. I've done the Euro. I've done this is my third Premier League book I'll be doing. I am going to be doing the 2022 one, I think, as well. Sticking that full one in. Be doing the Champions League. So we've got Julian Araujo as well, number 26. When I've just got a few last ones that I need for that. I'll be doing the Club World Cup one. You know, although I've not got it yet, I'm going to be doing the Women's Euros as well. One I've been looking at, which is since Panini have announced that they've got the the rights to the EFL, and they're going to be doing like a big EFL collection as well. I've been thinking about going back in time and doing some got Ilya Zamaranya, some nostalgic ones, so some old school albums, and one I was thinking I was doing the 1997 First Division Panini album, where you got all the stickers for all the teams in the First Division, which included Man City. It was their first season after being relegated from the Premier League. I think they went. I'm not sure whether they went straight down or not. I can't remember. Nah. Players like Georgie King-Clancy and stuff, just purely because it's one of the first albums that I ever did when I never filled it. So yeah, let me know. I've seen a full set that I could buy. Oh, the Cherries, there we go, 28. Seen a full collection I can buy. Would it be something you'd be interested in watching? Let me know in the comments. Some of that old school, like, nostalgia. Because I know it's not just young people that watch these stickers being stuck in as well. Let's see how quick I can do this page and not do it the way I've been doing it, just do it the normal way. Am I going to do it as neat? Let's see. So we've got Dean Hyson, who's just gone to Real Madrid for an obscene amount of money. Got Milos Kerkez. So I'll be there at the Club World Cup, won't I? But yeah, you know, just when I'm feeling these and sticking them in, I've opened quite a lot of packs of Club World Cup stickers. The quality of these, Marcus Senesi, compared to the Club World Cup, it's incomparable. So I don't know, obviously they must be printed at different places and the money must be different because of the different collections and things. But yeah, these are so good, these quality these stickers. Adam Smith, captain. Move these along a little bit so I can stick them in. So it's not even comparable, really incomparable, the quality between the Premier League stickers and the Club World Cup. Max Aarons. I'm wrong, I'm enjoying collecting the Club World Cup, although there is a hell of a lot of swaps, got to be said. Lewis Cook. But yeah, it's nice collecting all these different teams, seeing all these different players. David Brooks. What's a blade, always a blade. But yeah, he were such a good player at United, and he's just been so unlucky with injuries and then with his cancer, hasn't he? But you know, he's proved everyone wrong, hasn't he? Whoever thought he weren't going to come back, and he has done. Alex Scott, one of the big hits last season, weren't he? Especially in the Prism. Everyone wanted his rookie card. There we go, that's Alex Scott in. And then on to Bournemouth's second page. And we're on to Ryan Christie, number 37. Yeah. I'll be sticking in the wrong place because obviously like previous season, they've just gone like in rows, haven't they? Either up and down, and it's going up there, then that, and it's, yeah, so I need to look what I'm doing. Tyler Adams, 38. So far this season, I'm not going to grab one of the Bournemouth update stickers and stick that in, which I did last season. I didn't realise until 3 stickers down, which was fun trying to peel them off. Been good for a bloopers thing, that wasn't it? Marcus Tavernier, 39. Philip Billing, who I think, right in thinking, is he in Italy now? Sure, he's gone over to Italy, hasn't he, in January? It's amazing how well players are doing when they're going from the Premier League to Serie A. Dango Ouattara, number 41. And you look at Scott McTominay. They've got Napoli's player of the year. They've won the league. They absolutely smashed it there, haven't they? And they absolutely love him. Luis Sinistera. And when you think of some of the players they've had as well, Napoli in the past, like Maradona, and they're holding him up in such high esteem. It just shows you sometimes how difficult the Premier League can be. Because of all the money that, you know, a lot of clubs have got such good squads. The bench would walk into a lot of teams in Europe, wouldn't they? Justin Kluivert. I think it's fair to say he's doing better than his dad did in the Premier League. Because Patrick came to Newcastle, obviously close towards the end of his career, didn't he? Antoine Semenyo, one of the best players for Bournemouth. But yeah, back onto the Kluiverts. You know, Patrick Kluivert was such an amazing player for Ajax and Barcelona. Obviously, he's come to Newcastle, getting towards the end of his career, hasn't he? So I'm sure Justin scored a hat-trick at Newcastle. Did he? I can't remember. I don't think Patrick did. 45, rising star Alex Scott. Elite Antoine Semenyo, like I said. I'd be surprised if he was still at Bournemouth at the end of this season. I think one of the bigger clubs is going to come in and take him because he has been really good, hasn't he? And sometimes with his stats and things, just needs to go to a bigger club with better players and his stats all of a sudden get better because they're there, aren't they? For everyone to see. Even Nielsen, we've got 40 million from Benfica, I want to say. Porto, I can't remember now. One of the big Portuguese teams. Ilya Zabanya. I'm on to 49. Marcus Tavernier. Like that's going like that. They just want me to mess up, don't they? Not thought about me sticking in a full set of the NS Unai. So this one then, we're going to go back to these last two like this, see if we can. Probably I'm going quite quick at a minute that way, but can we just get back to being absolutely perfect? Yes, we can. And then last one, super signing Eva Nielsen, number 51. Like I said, this is the way to make sure that you don't make any mistakes when you're sticking in a sticker. But you can offer it all up. Make sure it's all in the gaps. There's no gaps. It's all straight, and then down on top bit. Tick off that. Boom. It's in. And now we're on to Arsenal. So there we go. That's Arsenal badge. So Arsenal obviously finishing their position in the Premier League, which is second. They don't like to finish anywhere else, really, do they? Especially under Arteta, it's just second all the way, isn't it? Won cup in his first season, and then after that, I thought, oh, no, you know what we like second. But yeah, 74 points, which is less than they have been getting recently, isn't it? But this season, the Premier League hasn't been quite like other seasons, has it? It's been a bit more open everywhere else. Liverpool have run away with it. Run away with it on 84 points, unlike the high 90s that usually is with Man City or Liverpool when they've been chasing them. David Araya. The Arsenal only got 69 goals as well, didn't they? They've got the second highest goal difference as well, 35. But yeah, they weren't really in the top 10 goal scorers either, I don't think. None of their players got in the top 10 for goal scoring, although Saka was injured for about 4 months that season, weren't they? And they really did miss him. And beaten by the eventual champions of Europe, PSG in the semi-finals at Champions League. Did amazing against Real Madrid. But yeah, I think the PSG is just something else this season, aren't they? Neto, deserving winners, absolutely battered into Milan, didn't they? Yeah, Luis Enrique has got them playing really well. They've got none of the Galacticos, none of the superstars that they've had in previous years, like Messi or Neymar or Mbappe, but look, such a better team. And young players as well. So it's only going to get better for them. Yep. 18-year-old scoring them in Kvaratskhelia He is on another level, isn't he? Julian Timber, 55. His pace, his power, his skill. He's one of my favourite players in the world at the minute. Kvaratskhelia. I mean, just even when they're winning 4 or 5-0, and he is absolutely busting a gut. Well, to anyone else would be. He just looked like he was doing it in his stride to get back and help defending after he just scored 4th as well. You think, yeah, he is going to be one of the world's top players, isn't he? But you know, Georgie Kincladze walked through defences so he could power his way through them, didn't he? Jacob Kiwaya. Yeah, the 2 games at Arsenal against Real Madrid were really, really good. And they can take that from the season as well, can't they? I mean, them 2 free kicks from Declan Rice. Unbelievable, Jeff. 57, come on you Gooners, it's the fabric sticker for Arsenal. Obviously when I started collecting stickers and things like that, sticking them in, players like Ian Wright, Bergkamp, Vieira, Anelka, William Saliba, some, you know, really good players, nostalgic ones as well, like Ian Wright. I love watching him on anything. He just brings light to everything, doesn't he, Ian Wright? Light and joy. Got an amazing laugh. Kieran Tierney, 59. Ben White, 16. It'll be interesting to see if he carries on, if he gets back to the form he was in. Whether he gets back in the England setup now. Southgate's not there. There's obviously an issue with Southgate, wasn't there, with Ben White? I think there was with Grealish as well. Oh, there's always going to be personality clashes, especially in football, isn't there? Gabriel. Always just say Gabriel because in most other collections and commentators and everything, everyone says Gabriel, not Gabriel Magalhaes. Panini likes to put his full name on, don't they? There we go. Beautifully done. We got Alexander Zinchenko. Takahiro Tomiyasu even. On the next page we'll go back to sticking them in normally. Taking a while, stick them in like this, and so if you ever see any creases when you stick your stickers in, sort it out straight away, just like that. You try and do it a couple of minutes after, it's a nightmare, start ripping up some page. So it's sort of straight away. Got Riccardo Calafiore. And last one on this page, right? No party like a Thomas party. See what I did there? The S Club reference. So the S Club party is a Thomas party. There we go, and that's your first Arsenal page. Now we're on to the second one with all your shinies. First one, Martin Odegaard, number 66. Does help as well the fact that they've got the players' faces on, so even if you've not looked at the number, you know where you're sticking it. There's Odegaard. Jorginho, I think, has gone now, hasn't he? Mikel Merino. Kai Havertz, 69. Let's look at what's right at this side. Because of the curve on the page, middle page, it can sometimes be awkward to get them in right, but done a beautiful job with that one. Bukayo Saka, 70. Gabriel Jesus, 71. Who's had a lot of injury problems this season, hasn't he? So they've definitely missed Jesus, definitely. They're going to have to get a striker, aren't they? If they're going to compete, they need a striker. Gabriel Martinelli, 72. They've got some really, really, really good attacking players, but they just need that striker, don't they? And why didn't go for someone like Ivan Toney? Back in England squad, 90. Leandro Trossard, 73. And we've got rising star Ricardo Calafiore. Elite William Saliba. Declan Rice, and who knew he had that amazing free kick in him. Top bins every time, weren't he, against Real Madrid. And we've got Declan Rice at key player, box-to-box baller it's got on here in the album. Bukayo Saka, wing wizard. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about Bukayo Saka, but you just can't help but love the kid, can you? He's just always got such an infectious smile. Raheem the Dream, Sterling, always just looks so happy to be playing me. I mean, I felt like, so, it was like, when I was younger, you just feel nothing but like, anger towards players that miss penalties. But when he missed that in Euro finally, I felt like I would want to piss and give him a hug. I felt so bad for him. Super signing, Mikel Merino. So yeah, it's just obviously something about him where you just feel different, don't you? Just seems like such a genuine human being as well. Old Saka. Anyway, there you go. That's a complete Arsenal team. There you go. And then on to Aston Villa. Starting with badge. So Villa, unlucky. Last game of the season, just missed out, didn't they? On Champions League, finishing 6th on 66 points. The goal difference in the end that did them, they were only +7, whereas Newcastle +21. But there was that, contentious decision, weren't there, where the referee had already blown for a foul when Villa scored, when actually it wasn't a foul, and if it had not blown, VAR could have intervened, and then they'd have probably won. All got the point that they needed to finish above Newcastle. So, Emiliano Martinez. But as I said earlier, You know, they've had one massive decision go their way, haven't they, a few years ago. Robin Olsen in the first game back. All eyes are on Premier League because it's the first game back in the Premier League after the break for COVID. Aston Villa on Sheffield United, the Mighty Blades. Villa Park. Ollie Norwood puts in a free kick. Their keeper inexplicably ends up back at net with it, literally in the back of the net behind the post, Lucadinha. I think referee and linesman's waiting for goal line technology to buzz, and it doesn't. So they carry on. And because of that, VAR didn't look at it either. And then when they looked at half time, Pau Torres, clearly miles behind line, and no one had switched the goal line technology, had they? Which meant with that point, Villa stayed up at the end of the season and Bournemouth went down, didn't they? So you can look at it in a few ways, can't you? Yeah, they got that. They should have. That was not good, that one. VAR should have helped them against Man United, but the fact that the technology failed against Sheffield United meant they're in the Premier League anyway, didn't it? And have gone on to do the amazing things that they've done, and not having to try and get back out of the Championship again. So they've got the fabric sticker, the LA. Right to see. Matty Cash. Diego Carlos. Esri Konsa. Tyrone Mings. Konstant Nedeljkovic. Nedeljkovic, there we go. Some of the names you're like, you say that? Nedeljkovic, definitely. Or Kovic. Ian Martson. They signed from Dortmund, didn't they? Over at Chelsea, actually. I think he was on loan at Dortmund. They signed him from Chelsea. Like Chelsea to hoard players, is it? Ross Barkley. Captain John McGinn, number 94. I think Sheffield United had his brother Stephen McGinn actually at Blades, and obviously nowhere near as good as John. I remember one bit when United and Villa were on a par when we were challenging for Championship promotion and in Premier League in first season that we went up. Like battles between him and John Fleck, and for me John Fleck were better, but now obviously John McGinn has gone on to different levels, and he is a really good player. Yuri Tielemans. He's got winning goal for Leicester, isn't it, in the FA Cup final. Emiliano Buendia. Jaden Philogene, who I believe has gone. He went to Ipswich, didn't he? In January. So Ipswich in the Championship next season. I think they're going to be the team that finish highest out of the relegated teams. I've got Amadou Onana. Southampton are going to be kind of an unknown, aren't they, with Will Still as manager. Leicester seem in complete turmoil. And now they've lost Vardy as well. I'm not sure how they're going to... what are they going to do at all? Leon Bailey, 99. But I know a lot of people thought that about Luton last season, didn't they? Thought, well, not sure about Burnley. Definitely Sheffield United are going to finish lower down. Everyone was sure that Luton were going to be in and around the top part, and they got relegated. So there you go. Jacob Ramsey. And Max to Burnley that finished second on 100 points. We were third on 90, but really it were 92, and obviously we all know what happened in the playoff final. Boubacar Kamara. John Duran, who's now in Saudi Arabia, isn't he? Could have gone to one of the top European clubs, but, you know, I can't really blame him for choosing the money, because I would imagine it was an obscene amount of money that they offered him as well. Morgan Rogers. Rising star. My pile of backs has just decided to make an appearance. And to Emiliano Martinez Elite, it'd be seen now whether he stays actually at Villa. Go get some move somewhere else. Obviously, I think because he keeps getting wars, doesn't he, for being best goalkeeper in the world. I think he might want to move to a club who's constantly in Champions League, because Villa just missed out, didn't they? But you never know. He might stay and want to help get him there. Morgan Rogers. 105. So we've got Esri Concert, key player, defensive rock. Ooh. Ollie Watkins, fiery finisher. It's got in the album. Ollie Watkins with his normal sticker. I mean, it's interesting whether he stays at Villa, won't it? I mean, he's been the top scorer for the last few seasons, and he's now the highest ever scorer in Premier League. Not First Division, but Premier League for Villa, isn't he? Beating Gabriel Agbonlahor, former Sheffield Wednesday loanee. And Amadou Onana, super signing. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens with Watkins, because Arsenal wanted him as well, didn't they? There we go. That is, you know, full, complete Aston Villa team. Done. And now on to Brentford. So let's get on with Brentford then. So again, Brentford, very good season that they've had. Ended up finishing 10th, so top 10 on 56 points, didn't they? But it's the top goal scorers that were the best thing about them this season, weren't it? Buemo and with 20, Vissa with 19. Just unlucky then, they just fell short, didn't they, getting into European places. So we've got Mark Flecken. Quite a few clean sheets this season, isn't he? He's gone to what team he's gone to now? Bundesliga. Because they signed Quiver Kelleher now, haven't they? Hakan Valdimarsson even, sorry. It's looking like Franks is going to go to Tottenham though, isn't it? The manager. Oh, it's always very difficult to stick these ones in. That's right next to edge of page when it's like that. There we go. Much better. Ben Mee. You know what number that rhymes with? 113. Ben Mee. We've got Christopher Ayer. But yeah, Brentford was one of them clubs, aren't they? You know, a few years ago. I remember when players first got relegated to League One in 2011, I think it were. First home game at season, we got Brentford at home. This is Be Together, 115, the fabric sticker. And we let their announcer announce the team at Bramall Lane. Obviously, though, we're a big club at the time. We'd just gone down to League One after we'd not long since been in Premier League. So like a big thing for them to come over, and now look at them. Established in Premier League because of the model that they've got, Aaron Hickey. Buying like these cheaper players. Or doing the money ball, in fact, aren't they? That more like it for Brentford, aren't they? They are buying them a bit cheaper but expensive for them. And selling them on for more. Buying them at the top end of the budget, aren't they? Rico Henry. And yeah, this just seemed to be established. I mean, they had Brian Webber in Championship, didn't they? I think they had Johan Visser in Championship as well. Sepp Vandenberg, they had Ivan Toney, didn't they, in Championship? Yeah, no, I say now look at them, they're not at their old stadium anymore. Now they're at G-Tech, sorry, not V-Tech. Flying, Ethan Pinnock. Nathan Collins. Just like a few good seasons, it's amazing what it can do for your club. Because the Premier League money is just unbelievable, but the longer you're there, the better it is. Mads Roslev. So like that's why it's just so hard for any teams coming up to battle the established Premier League teams, because they're buying up all the best players in the Championship as well. Christian Nørgaard, so like their reserves are better than the first teams, the teams coming up. Like I said, I think the teams coming up, really, it's only Leeds that can compete financially. Matthias Jensen, Burnley, not really compete. I mean, they do spend a bit of money, but yeah, they weren't very good last time, were they? Sunderland, I think, are going to be way off. They've done kind of what Sheffield United did not last season, season before now, isn't it? Sold his best two players, and that's what Sunderland done. Sold two of the best players before the season started. Fabio Carvalho. It's not a good omen, it's not a good start, but they will pick up a lot of money, which means they can start again and buy some like better younger players, kind of like what we've done in Championship and go there. Yeah, got Yarmeliuk. It's such a difficult league to get out of Championship, and then like when you get to the Premier League, it's such a difficult league to stay in. So like teams like Brentford, Bournemouth, Brighton as well, they were a bit longer ago, need to be commended and applauded, because where they were not so long ago was in the doldrums in like League 2. So yeah, the fact that where they are now, it's just, you know, credit to them. When you have a good plan and you execute it right, like some clubs, like that lot across the other side at City and Sheffield, absolutely running to ground, aren't they, by their owner? Not paying players' wages again. So yeah, when you've got a good model, you've got a good owners owning your club and running it right, this is what can happen. You can be the new Crystal Palace. Mid-table safety every season. Johan Visser, although I would swap anything to be in their place at minute by FA Cup winners. Or it's a bit what UEFA are doing with their chance of playing Europa League. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. They've earned that right to play in the Europa League, and they won't challenge any bigger teams. Only Brian Buemo. See, the reason why I'm saying Buemo is because I do believe, because he's from Cameroon, it's a silent M. I'm sure I've seen somewhere when they've had him like announced his name, he just said Buemo. So there you go. Keane Lewis Potter. I might be wrong, and if I am, I'll say Buemo, but from what I know, it's Buemo. Keane Lewis Potter, again, when I saw him in Championship, Hull, one of the best players in Championship, and absolutely pays to burn. And just, yeah, always start for Brentford, does he? It's ridiculous. The riches that they've got. Rising star Kevin Shardy. Johan Visser Elite. Oh, it's a bit naughty what Forest done, ain't it, right into UEFA. Kevin Shardy basically snitching on going, no, we want to be in Europa League. Well, Palace earned the right to be there. And you've done really well, and Forest done really well to get in the Conference League, haven't they? Could have been Champions League, but it ended up Conference League. Ethan Pinnock, key player. It says high flyer in the book. But, you know, I've got no love lost for Forest. especially if they beat us in playoffs. There's always been a bit of rivalry between Sheffield United and Forest as well. Brian Buemo, key player, explosive attacker. Gustavo Nunes. He picked Henry up then. And Fabio Carvalho, super signing. And there you go. That is your full Brentford team stuck in the album. And on to Brighton and Hove Albion. So Brighton badge. You know, I know this is the last season for Panini doing the Premier League stickers, but fear not, there will be some Panini collections in the national leagues, shall we say, this season. So in the EFL, apart from Bruggen. So the Championship, League 1 and League 2, going to have stickers and cards. Again, like I said, at some point I may get the 1997 First Division sticker album, which has got teams from the Second Division and Third Division in it, as well as it was at the time, not the Championship, League 1 and League 2. I'll stick that in because that was the first of those, the Football League albums that I collected. Joel Veltman. My first ever album was Euro 96, and then I got that, and then I got the Premier League one as well in 97. So I want to go back and complete that. I want to complete a fresh one, I think. James Milner. So I may have to spend a little bit of nostalgia though. Stand or Fall. Fabric sticker for Brighton. Again, did really well, Brighton, finishing 8th. Like I said, I'm not sure if they've got a European place or not. Because Chelsea won the Conference League, didn't they? So I don't know if that means that their place goes down. I'm not sure, because I didn't know. I'm sure I saw somewhere that 8th might get European place. Lewis Dunk, captain. So let me know in the comments if this is true or not. Ferdy Karioglu. Jan-Paul van Heck, sorry. Purvis Estupinan. Nice picture of Amex up there as well, isn't there? Yes, I suppose it's a little bit different to some of the newer stadiums, isn't it? Solly March. I still think, out of all the new stadiums that's been built, apart from like your big elite ones, it's my favourite looking one still is one of the first ones that were built, Bolton's, what was the Reebok Arena, Reebok Stadium. Brojan Gruder still looks really good inside, really good outside. It looks a lot bigger than it actually is. So yeah, I still like Bolton's. Obviously I like the old school stadiums, Bramall Lane's up there, isn't it? But I do like Aston Villa as well. I like the whole end and Carlos Baleba. And their stadium I think makes a lot of noise. I think loudest stadium I've been to actually, it's going to be in the Premier League next season's at Stadium of Light. That is loud when they score. Caro Bitoma. Loud at Ellen Road as well, but I think the loudest I'd say is Sunderland. We went up there for an FA Cup quarter final in 2004, I think, which we lost. Matt's with there. I think it was Tommy Smith who scored for Sunderland. Matt O'Reilly. Jack Hinchelwood. João Pedro. I like Old Trafford as well. It's a good stadium, it's good too. Been there a few times to watch the Blades. FA Cup semi-finals against Man United. Simon Adingra. Been to a few England matches as well. Beckham scored an absolute worldie against Wales there. 1-2-0. Jorginho Rutter. Yankubu Minte. Danny Welbeck. Come on. There we go. Got it. And we've got Rising Star Yankubu Minte. Or Minte. It's Minte, it's Minte. I've got Elite, João Pedro. Really thick sticker, this one. Julio Enciso. I think he ended up the season at Ipswich, didn't he, on loan? Just loan out players like Julio Enciso. Key player, Kaoru Mitoma, who, it's not last season, that season before, isn't it? 23-24. He played at Bramall Lane. One of our players nearly killed him, didn't he? What a horrendous tackle. Danny Welbeck, key player. Lad on loan from Everton, weren't it? Evan Ferguson. It's literally the quickest decision I've ever seen when the referee's gone to a screen when VAR sent him. He went to the screen and instantly sent him off, showing him a red card, and all fans were a bit, well, you know, as you can imagine, it's home complaining. He put it on screen and like, oh yeah, no, fair enough, that's a red. Yeah, that's definitely a red. You know, when everyone's like, oh yeah, no, that's definitely a red. As he got him like almost hip high, didn't he? Like, yeah, now we're happy with that. Referee's made a good decision in the end there. It's definitely a red card. That's where VAR came in. Like, you can't argue with that. And there you go. That's your full Brighton team. And then on to Chelsea. That's your Chelsea badge. Chelsea managed to stay in the Champions League positions, didn't they, on the last game of the season? Beating Forest away 1-0. Ended up finishing 4th, didn't they, on 69 points. Again, disappointing for Chelsea, really, but compared to the last few seasons, it's good, isn't it? Robert Sanchez. Cole Palmer were their top scorer and running with 15, but it seemed to score most of them. Earlier on in the season, didn't he? And then went a bit off boil. We've got Philip Jorgensen. And that's one of the areas Chelsea need to improve into keeper department. Ever since Petr Cech's gone, they've struggled, haven't they, with goalies. Levi Colwill, I'm not going to remember anyway. I think they've quite replaced him, have they? Reece James, captain. Up the Chels fabric sticker. Axel Disarce. Mark Cucurella, who, you know, to be fair, he has been one of the better players in Premier League this season, hasn't he? He's one of the players they bought from Brighton, isn't he, for a lot of money, but actually turns out all right. Tossing Adebayo. I know he likes collecting cars, doesn't he? I'm watching a video with him where he swapped one of his match-worn signed shirts for one of himself. It's nice to see that some players like collecting. I know Phil Foden does, doesn't he? Sends his other half in to buy full box of stickers from shops. Benoit Badiashile. Why? Really like his name. He's got a really good name, hasn't he? Benoit Badiashile. Malo Gusto. Wesley Fofana. Enzo Fernandez. Another player over 100 million he cost, didn't he? Long he is good. Probably going to be worth that amount in the end, but wow, it was a lot of money at the time, weren't it? Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. Not really played that much, has he, for Chelsea? Seems to have bought one of Leicester's best players and then just gone there. Might play, you might not. That's first page. There, so Moises Caicedo. Another one that they bought off Brighton, but you know, he's turning out really good now, isn't he? Romeo Lavia. I know at one point Caicedo was at one of the sister clubs that Sheffield United used to own in Belgium, at Beershot. Did we buy him? Nope, we didn't. Pedro Neto. I'm not sure if we're actually on loan from Brighton or not, but I know he was at Beershot. Or did Brighton buy him from Beershot? I'm not sure. Either way, one we've missed out on. Mikhailo Mudryk, who is currently suspended, isn't he? It's whether he gets through his appeal or not, because I think he's saying he was spiked, isn't he? Or they put something in his something he's eaten or drank. João Felix. Just not done it, has he, since Chelsea bought him? Then they went on loan to AC Milan, sorry, and didn't do it there either. All that talent is just not getting his potential, is he? Nicholas Jackson. Christopher Nkunku. Jadon Sancho, who in the end they decided not to buy, haven't they? And pay the £5 million fine to not sign him. Oh, nearly messed up there. I'll do it again. There we go. Beautifully done. Rising star, Noni Madueke. Should have scored, shouldn't he, against Andorra for England, but the less said about that match, the better. Cole Palmer Elite. Noni Madueke. Mark Cucurella, key player and determined defender, it says in album. Moises Caicedo, key player, driving force, and he's going to be a good player. Like I've always liked, Chelsea have always had good midfielders, haven't they? When they had that midfielder like Lampard and Essien, I mean, Essien, what an absolute baller he was. Cole Palmer, so I'm going to stick Cole Palmer in like this. So just demonstrating how you can get them absolutely perfect stickers. So you just line it up like that. You can line it up without being stuck, and then make sure that when you do this, it's all fully lined up there, which it is, and then you just peel that away, and boom, stuck in perfectly. And last one for Chelsea, João Felix, 196. And there you go, that is your full Chelsea team that's been stuck in on both pages. There you go, and now we're on to Crystal Palace, the FA Cup winners, Crystal Palace. Just major trophy they've won in the club's history. Crystal Palace badge. Like I said, they finished a respectable, steady Crystal Palace position of 12th. And just to make out how steady they actually were, they got 53 points, 51 goals scored, and 0 on goal difference. They were level. They scored just as many goals as they conceded. Has there ever been a more Crystal Palace season than that one? Apart from the fact they won FA Cup. And don't forget, Mateta got 14 goals and all. Dean Henderson, Dino, one of the best keepers I've seen play for Blades. And he's got to be pushing Pickford for #1 now at England, hasn't he? Definitely a close runner-up, if not. Matt Turner. Daniel Munoz. Chris Wilder still goes on about Dean Henderson saying he's 88 before we played in playoff final, saying that it's gone from lunatic in Dean Henderson to mild and calm, composed Michael Cooper. He's another name to watch out for as well. He is going to be a keeper in Premier League for a long time, hopefully with us if we get promoted this season. But he's a very, very, very good keeper. If we don't go up, he will be gone. South London proud fabric sticker. Yeah, I think we might get one more season at a championship from him, but then no more. Joel Ward, captain, who's now plays last season, anti for Palace this season. And what a way to sign off, winning FA Cup. Nice little send off the gift from it last game at season as well, weren't it? Tyrick Mitchell. Maxence Lacroix. Mark Gueye. Chris Richards. Trevor Chalobah. Chadi Riyad. And last but not least on this page, Ismail Assar. On to the second page. So we've got Jefferson Lerma. Eberici Eze, GBW's favourite player. So, a little tribute to that. Let's stick it in this way, making sure it's absolutely perfect. He's a good player as well, though, Eze, isn't he? And the fact that he scored winning goal for Palace, he could leave now, couldn't he? It won't matter. He's going to be Palace folklore forever, isn't he? There we go. Perfectly stuck in. Jeffrey Schlupp. Daichi Kamada. Adam Wharton. Czech Decore. Eddie Nketiah. Quite doing it for Palace, and it took him ages, didn't it, to get his first goal, but I'm sure he'll get there with him. Matthias Franke. That's one on this page. Rising star Adam Wharton. Elite Eberici Eze. So again, we'll stick him in like this. Line it all up. Put it away. There we go. In. Will Hughes. Someone I used to work with. Remember when she first came to work, saying, oh, she was going out with a footballer because she was from Derby. I'm like, oh, well, Will Hughes. So then next day, I actually had a Will Hughes sticker in swap, but I think he played. I want to say Watford. Ended up on her work for her. She found funny side of it, luckily. Mark Gueye, key player. Jean-Philippe Mateta. Key player. And then seamlessly onto Jean-Philippe and Mateta. Normal sticker. That's terrible. Luckily, I saw it was terrible before I committed. Terrible again. That's better. There we go. Sometimes you can't see it till it's in. And then super signing. Your friend and mine, Eddie Nketiah. I say your friend and mine. Scored a hat-trick against us, didn't he? A couple of seasons ago for Arsenal. There you go. That's your full Crystal Palace team stuck in. And now we're on to Everton. We've got Everton badge. So Everton, after a poor start under Dyche. I mean, I do rate Dyche as a manager, but it's weren't happening for him, were it, at Everton? Ended up finishing respectable 13th on 48 points, didn't they? Only -2 on goal difference as well. Which is surprising, isn't it? Set poor start they had Jordan Pickford. But well, the last season at Goodison, weren't it? Actually, the last Merseyside derby at Goodison, Tarkowski nearly brought back at net in 96th minute, didn't he? Rifling that one into the top corner. João Virginia. So fitting way to end as well at Goodison, weren't it, for him? Ashley Young. Vitaly Mykolenko. No. The Toffees fabric sticker. Looks like better on that. Nathan Patterson. One of the stadiums I've not been to actually, Goodison, so I'm disappointed in that. Season I actually wanted to go and would have had enough points to go with COVID. And we won 1-0 as well. Michael Keane and Ancelotti were manager. I mean, we still finished bottom, but we did win 1-0 at Everton. James Tarkowski, as I just said earlier, that scored that winning goal, that equalising goal in 96th minute, weren't it, of last Merseyside derby at Goodison. Jake O'Brien. Seamus Coleman, captain. Jared Branthwaite. I wonder if he'll go to Man U this season. They wanted him last season, didn't they? But didn't offer enough. Orel Mangala. Abdoulaye Doucouré. Not sure, first 2 pages done. There he is, Sean Dyche, obviously. Before it printed, he wasn't sacked, was he? Idrissa Gana Gueye, but then obviously David Moyes has come in. And steadied that ship again, they could push on. James Garner, I remember him being linked quite a lot with Blades when he was younger. Never materialised, and I want steady midfielders for Everton, isn't he? Tim Irogbunam. Dwight McNeil. One of the ex-Burnley players in the Everton team. And signed him before Dyche as well, didn't they? Iliman and Jai. Who, I'm not going to hide the fact that I still wish he played for Blades. Best player I've ever seen play for Sheffield United, Iliman and Jai. Absolute baller at highest order. Jack Harrison. And yeah, when he goes on a run, you just can't get the ball off him. I think he used to practice. He got loads of sisters, so he used to practice when he was younger, running away from him and keeping the ball. And that's how he can do it. Beto, but he's just good as well. He's strong. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about him. Everton have got a really, really good player for not a lot of money as well. Armando Broja, because Marseille came and bought him off us, because he's a Marseille fan. It just didn't go right for him at Marseille, which sometimes it doesn't. I think he said, and he wished he had stayed at Blades. But, you know, that's football, isn't it? He's at Everton now and he's thriving, isn't he? In a club that's just moved into a 50,000 seat stadium. Rising star, Jared Branthwaite. Elite James Tarkowski. Another ex-Blade, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Another one from our academy as well. We have so many good players that come to our academy. Jordan Pickford, key player. Down at Super Stopper in Albion. James Garner, key player, midfield dynamo, as I said earlier. He's one of he's just in midfield all the time now, isn't he? Jesper Lundstrom even. We had John Lundstrom, didn't we, from, I think he started out of it. That's terribly put in. There we go, that's much better. And again, super signing. Skillyman and Jai. If you didn't know, I really like him as a player. And there we go, that is your full Everton team stuck into the album, both pages. And now we're on to Fulham. Let's start with Fulham badge. We got number 255. And if we're going about Crystal Palace having a pretty consistent season, let's talk about Fulham. Finished 11th, so nearly in top 10. 54 points, 54 goals scored, 0 goal difference. So again, like Palace, with a 0 goal difference. But wow, having the same amount of goals if you got points, that is some good going, isn't it? Bernd Leno, although, you know, Fulham do spend quite a bit of money, so, you know, I think they would be expecting top 10. Really, more than some others. They've got some really good players as well, haven't they? Stephen Bender. And when you look at their midfield, Harry Wilson, Tom Kearney, Sandberg, they've just got an amazing midfield, haven't they? They've got Muniz up front as well. Anthony Robinson in defence, one of the full-backs. Like Bernd Leno's no mug either as a keeper, is he? Yeah, they've got Timothy Castagna as well. Sessegnon. Yeah, they've got a really, really good team. Actually, you know, sometimes you go through the names, they've got a really, really good team, haven't they? Right, Sessegnon there. Fulham. Yeah, they should be finishing higher. I always struggle with this one. Might start putting these ones in the perfect way. So the fabric sticker for Fulham, come on you whites, with Jimenez. I think Raul Jimenez as well. Up front. There are no mugs Fulham, are they? No mugs whatsoever. Well, that's how it's used, but yeah, definitely with the fabric ones, if you see like a little ridge or bubble, get that sort of straight away. They do take some getting off. Kenny Tete. Calvin Bassey. Joachim Anderson. George Cuenca. Issa Diop. Anthony Robinson. And when Sheffield United were after him as well, but then I think Fulham literally offered him double the wages we were offering. So yeah, you can't blame him, can you? Harrison Reed. Tom Kearney. Captain. Ooh. That's your first page of Fulham done. One of the midfielders I mentioned earlier, Sandberg. Seems to be really flourishing at Fulham as well, doesn't he? I think when he were at Blades, he was firstly acclimatising to get to Premier League and English game. Then there were COVID, then he got a bad injury. But yeah, when he were fully fit and firing all cylinders, just like such a Also, Andres Pereira. Such a Rolls Royce for a player who just runs so smooth. It doesn't even look like he's running that fast. But he is. And you just can't get the ball off him. He really is a good midfielder. Sasha Lukic. Emil Smith-Rowe. Sorted. Harry Wilson. Rodrigo Muniz. Dharma Traore. Sometimes stickers are really stuck on set backs, aren't they? Again, a Dharma Traore, absolute beast, isn't he? It's one of them. If he was more consistent, imagine the player he would be. Traore. What club he'd be at. Alex Iwobi, I know he has spent time at Barcelona, hasn't he? He started off there, he went back there, didn't he, for a season, but yeah, he's just such power and pace, hasn't he? And has got buckets of ability. Just that consistency, isn't it? Which is the case with most players. It's only the very best players that's consistent into every game. Rodrigo Muniz. Rising star. Elite, Anthony Robinson. Raul Jimenez. Bernd Leno, key player. And then we've got Ice Cold Keeper in album. Andreas Pereira, key player. Set piece star. Let's put down for him. Reece Nelson, who God knows how many clubs he went out on loan to when he were at Arsenal. He's settled now at Fulham. And super signing Emil Smith-Rowe. Although it's not quite happened for him just yet at Fulham, has it? It looked like it were at start and then it seemed to cool off a bit, but there's still time yet. And there you go. That is your full Fulham team. 4 pages. And then on to Ipswich. It's the last team of the first half at the book. So on to Ipswich badge. Obviously we know Ipswich were relegated. Ended up finishing 19th in the end after spending a lot of time above Leicester. But I think they played Leicester towards the end of the season. But it's second to last game or something like that. And lost, and that kind of made that up then, didn't it? That they were going to be finishing second from bottom and not third from bottom. There's your badge. So the ended up finishing on 22 points, only scoring 36 goals, but that was more start of anyone in the bottom 3. Arijan Muric, keeper. And the goal difference was the best as well, only minus 46. Nice, a little shining light of Rory Delap, weren't they? Liam Delap, sorry. Rory's his dad. Yeah, Liam Delap getting 12 goals. So we've got Christian Walton, goalkeeper. But yeah, he's at Chelsea now, isn't he? Has he moved to Chelsea? I think he has, hasn't he, for 30 million. Jacob Greaves. Dara O'Shea. It's a shame like the sell-on clause they had for him was only 30 million, because imagine the price they could have asked for if they didn't have that clause. But sometimes when especially when you're a club coming up, especially a team like Ipswich who come up 2 leagues, it's a real shame from an, obviously to get these type of players. You've got to put relegation clause in, ain't you? Tractor Boys fabric sticker. But yeah, having had a full season starting in Premier League, imagine him in Championship. Leif Davis, I know he had some time with Stoke, didn't he, in teams in Championship, but yeah, once you've had that taste of Premier League football, you've scored that many goals, you tear it to bits in Championship. I'm not doing good with these Ipswich stickers at the minute. There we go. Luke Wolfenden. Ipswich kind of did a similar thing to what Blades did. They spent, like, I think 4 seasons they had. Cameron Burgess in League One. But obviously we spent 6 and we had a season in Championship before we went up. But Ipswich straight up, well, from coming up. So Ben Johnson probably was a bit too soon, because they're obviously going to have a lot of players from the League One team. I mean, so did Sheffield United, to be fair. But yeah, I think they'll be well equipped to have a good go at it going back up this season. Axel Twanzebe. I think they're the best positioned out of the relegated teams. But, you know, like I say, everyone said that about Luton, didn't they? Sam Morsey, and they went straight down again. Wes Burns. Calvin Phillips. It seems to be that moving to Man City were a massive error in his career. If he stayed at Leeds, who knows? That's your first page all done for Ipswich. And their first Premier League album since 2000. They went down. Or 2001. Jens Kajuste. He likes a Marcus Stewart. I think Alan Armstrong as well, didn't they? Jack Taylor. This will have Scowcroft then as well. Might have. Chedoze Egboni, sorry. I know they had Matt. Matt Taylor, I think. Completely forgot his name now. Matt Holland, that's the one. Before he moved on to Charlton, didn't he? Massimo Luongo. I think they sold Richard Wright when they got promoted, didn't they? I'm not sure if he spent any time at Ipswich in the Premier League. Liam Delap, like I said, the one shining light in the season, who was now at Chelsea. Amari Hutchinson. Sam Schmodix, another good signing from Championship. Blackburn. George Hurst. Son of David Hurst. Not say my thoughts on him, ex-Wednesday legend, isn't he? Rising star Amari Hutchinson. That's where George started off, actually. Then had a massive falling out with club and went to Leicester. And I found himself at Ipswich. Sorry, went to a Belgian club owned by Leicester first. They conveniently bought him, didn't they? Sam Schmorik's Elite. Keanu Chaplin. I can't believe how good he's been, actually, for Ipswich. Oh, he were at I think they signed him from Barnsley, didn't they? I think Barnsley got him from Portsmouth. And then Ipswich bought him from Barnsley. And yeah, how good he's been. He's been, well, surprising, hasn't it? He's been really good. Dara O'Shea, key player. Solid centre-back written there in book. Leif Davis, key player. Dynamic defender, it's got him down as. He scored quite a few goals, didn't he, in Championship when they were getting promoted. Loads of assists, like in last minutes. Jack Clark, winger they signed from Sunderland, I think, weren't it? I wonder who super signing's going to be. I mean, I know it is, but without even looking, I think we could all guess, couldn't we? There we go. Super signing. Liam Delap. And there you go. That is your full Ipswich Town team. Hopefully for Ipswich, it won't be the last time in 2 decades that they're in a Premier League album. Over 2 decades in a Premier League album. But for now, they're back in the Championship. And now we're on to the season so far. Let's move that around. I think I'll just put that there just for having Henry as that top one. Put Henry there. And there we go. We're all sorted again. So it's season so far and then sticker stars, isn't it? So we've got Everton and Bournemouth, where Everton were winning 2-0. And inexplicably in the last 10 minutes of game, well, from like 87th minute, they first scored goal. Bournemouth, they lost 3-2. Just some good going. And we've got Crystal Palace against Leicester. Looks like Leicester were 2 up. And Palace have equalised. Man City against Arsenal. It looks like I think they were Arsenal winning in this game, and then Man City pulled it back. Someone managed to get an air bubble in that one then. Chelsea against Brighton, 4-2 to Chelsea. And Cole Palmer get all 4. Yeah, all 4 before half time as well. So the first player in Premier League history to do it. Then we've got Brentford against Wolves, 5-3 to Brentford. Oh, good, isn't it? And then Brighton against Tottenham, where Brighton won 3-2. But as we found last season in the Premier League, it wasn't difficult to beat Tottenham, was it? 22 defeats. Team and club the size of Tottenham. And still nowhere near getting relegated as well. What were they? 13 points above Leicester, and they give up halfway through the season, didn't they? Concentrated on Europa League. So first at Panini Sticker Star then is Kepa Arrizabalaga for Bournemouth. There's all his different different stickers in the Panini albums. Just signed for Arsenal, for 5 million. That's nothing. A keeper like Kepa. Gabriel Martinelli for Arsenal. There's all these different stickers as well. Luca Digne. Obviously, when the Panini album started, it was at Everton, and now at Villa. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stick these in like the way to make it so there's no mistakes. So I've got Ben Mee from Brentford. Obviously started off with Burnley, and the Panini album started. Probably something like this when you've got black background and a white thing for the sticker. The sticker's not cut right. You can really tell. like that there. It seems to be perfect. It's just little bits. So I've got Lewis Dunk for Brighton. He spent all his time at Brighton in the Premier League. There we go. Like I say, that one, it's not going below that line, but just a bit off. So we've got Pedro Neto, who spent most of his time, well, until this season, and spent it at Wolves. Always a bit risky this from Panini with the backs. So I've got Dean Henderson then. Obviously spent been at 3 different clubs, hasn't he? He's been obviously first season at Sheffield United, where he did really well. Got his chance at Man U. For some reason they've not kept him and they've got an Anna. Season on loan at Forest and signed for Palace. I'm sure he's going to be their keeper for many years to come unless someone at big clubs buys him. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, all his time, when he played at Premier League at Everton after they signed him from Blades. When I think we're 18 or 19, I can't quite remember now. We're in 2016, I want to say. He's been there a while as well. 9 years he's been at Everton now. Alex Iwobi. Spent time at Arsenal as well. Everton signed him from Arsenal and now he's at Fulham. Seems to be flourishing at Fulham though, doesn't he? Again, cut to the sticker. Ben Johnson. Oh, this one looks nice. Oh, there we go. No bits of white on that one. That's very nice indeed. That's a nicely cut sticker. Nicely stuck in. Jordan Ayew. Hey, you. Oh, I moved it. Another nice one there. Trent Alexander-Arnold, obviously his last season at Liverpool because he's signed for Real Madrid now, hasn't he? I don't think he signed in time for Club World Cup, has he? But after all that time at Liverpool, signing one of 3. I mean, you can't say he's not given his all for Liverpool, has it? Can you? Won everything there is to win. Bernardo Silva, one of the main stalwarts at Man City, and one of their best players. I'm sure it's in right, keep moving it. Harry Maguire for Man United again, obviously. Started his career off at Sheffield United. Always likes to score. Against the Blades. It's twice now he scored against us when he's played for Man U. Harvey Barnes. James Ward-Prowse has been at 3 different Premier League clubs, hasn't he? Time Southampton, West Ham and now Forest. I think you're only on loan at Forest, weren't he? And like another iconic Premier League player, especially with his set pieces and his free kicks and penalties. Adam Lallana. Time, well as Southampton's been at Liverpool and Brighton, haven't they, in the Premier League. That looks like a lovely cut sticker. It is indeed, and it's stuck in lovely as well. James Maddison. If we have any more dart jokes, it might end with Roy Keane during season. I don't mind Bissaka. My new sign from Palace, didn't they? Now he's back in London at West Ham. Last one for Sticker Stars is Matt Doherty, who started off in the Panini albums at Wolves. Went to Tottenham for 3 years and he's come back to Wolves. There we go. Here's your Sticker Stars all stuck in. All 20 of them. And now we're on to the record breakers. Starting with Thierry Henry. Most Golden Boots award he's got there for his record. Stuck that in beautifully. James Milner, got 340. Most seasons played in 23 seasons he's played in Premier League. Wow, that's a long time. Especially at highest level. Obviously he made his debut at Leeds, didn't he, when he was 16. And he's remained in Premier League ever since. So yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it, when you think about it. John Terry. Most titles as captain, having 5. Jamie Vardy. Most consecutive matches scoring. I remember when he brought that record as well. I think it was Ruud van Nistelrooy's with 10. And Jamie Vardy broke it with 11. And ironically, Ruud van Nistelrooy's been his manager this season, hasn't he? Michael Owen. Youngest player of the season, winner at 18. I mean, when he was younger, he was unbelievable, Owen. If he wouldn't have had so many hamstring injuries, if they had the technology then that they had now, who knows with him if he'd have been one of the very best. See, his pace and his skill are unbelievable. Kevin De Bruyne, not so good at being a pundit, is he? Much better at being a footballer. So fewest matches to reach 50 assists. He's got down. Brad Friedel, most consecutive matches, 310 consecutive matches. That is a lot, isn't it, in Premier League? Nearly like 9 full seasons, is it? He had. Last one is Teddy Sheringham, the oldest goal scorer, at 40 years old and 268 days. That's some good going, isn't it? Scored for West Ham. It's Portsmouth. There you go. That is your full 8 record breakers all stuck in. And we're on to Leicester again. The final of the relegated teams in the relegation zone, finishing 19th. 25 points. Only scoring 33. Goal difference of minus 47. One worse than Ipswich's. Danny Ward, keeper. I'm used to coming like this again now. Like that. Mads Hermansen. Victor Christiansen. So yeah, I mean, Leicester nearly got 100 points. Or did they get 100 points when they came up? Won't lead quite easy. Ricardo Pereira, and then yeah, they've come up and just once again really struggle, because once you come out of Premier League, you're just missing out on so much money to be able to build up your squad of quality players, because you obviously have to cut your cloth accordingly in Championship. Foxes, obviously, parachute payments help massively for relegated clubs. But yeah, it's finance are nothing compared to Premier League. James Justin, and I've seen a report today that obviously because of the lack of title fight and lack of relegation battles again, viewing figures are down. So Premier League have to look at it. They have to do something, because promoted teams really are struggling, aren't they, when they come up? So they've got to look at something. Vout Face, an extra domestic loan, maybe. Something like that. Just give them, for one season, just give them an extra chance. And it can be from a same team as well. So you have two from Man City. Conor Cody, or something like that. May help. Caleb Coley. I've got to think of something. Right, maybe less pressure on PSR rules. Yannick Vestergaard for the first 2 seasons. Let him get established, or try and get established, because there's no chance. I mean, Forest tried it, didn't they? Although they were an extreme case, weren't they? They just bought everyone. Got docked 4 points. Luckily for them, Wilfred Ndidi. It were 23-24 season, weren't it, when all 3 relegated clubs were terrible and went straight back down. So good seasons get points docked, like Everton as well. Harry Winks. Bilal El Kanous. First page done. Hamza Chowdhury obviously spent the second half of the season on loan at Blades and really impressed. Definitely, I think he's one player we should look at signing, but at the same time, I think Leicester will sell him now they're back in the Championship. Oliver Skip, he bought from Spurs. Boubakary Samari. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Terrible that one then. Go much better. Facundo Buonanate. I feel like I'm swearing when I'm saying his name. Jamie Vardy, captain, obviously it was last season at Leicester. And his 500th game, with it, something like that for him. And his last ever game, he's got his 200th goal, isn't he? It's not bad going, is it? Steffi Mafadide. Grew up in Sheffield as well, but supported wrong Norfolk City. Bobby Decordova Reed. Jesus, say his name when he was Bobby Reed. That's it. Jordan Ayew. Oh, not that. Rising Star, Facundo Buonanate. Wilfred and Ndidi, Elite. Got Abdul Fatuwu. Key player Mads Hermansen. Album, it's got quality keeper. Oh, to judge me relegated teams, how good the keepers are, to be fair, isn't it? Harry Winks, key player. Precision passer it's got there. Odson Edouard. It's signed from Palace. I mean, what a good upgrade Palace had from Edouard, who, not get me wrong, he's a good player. To Mateta. An unbelievable upgrade. And last one, super signing, Bilal El Kanous. And there you go then, that's your full Leicester City team, all stuck in both pages. And now we're on to Liverpool, the champions. So that'll be 2-2, but that's obviously Premier League titles. They've won 20 league titles, haven't they? So it looks like with your Liverpool badge. Yeah, not a bad season with it. 84 points, 86 goals, 45 on goal difference. Salah with golden boot with 29. Got most assists as well, didn't he, Salah? Yeah, pretty good season, you'd say, wouldn't you, for Liverpool? Alisson Becker, keeper. Quiver, Kelleher. I mean, obviously they've had better seasons points-wise and not won the league, haven't they? Did they get 98 one season? Still didn't win the league. Because Man City are just that good. Or were that good. Andrew Robertson. Yeah, they were absolutely the best team in the league this season. And that deserved league title. Trent Alexander-Arnold again, his last season for Liverpool. He makes a trip to Madrid. I mean, obviously, I'm not a Liverpool fan, and personally, I wouldn't have an issue with, you know, he's spent all of his career at Liverpool. He's, like I say, he's won everything and helped and contributed. And he just wants to go to Real Madrid. You know, it's not like he's wanting to go to Man U. It's Real Madrid, isn't it? He's wanting to try a different culture, go to see what it's like to play for a different team, a club like Real Madrid. But you never walk alone, fabric sticker there. Nearly messed that up there, nearly. Joe Gomez. I think they made the peace in the end, didn't they, fans, with him? Virgil van Dijk, captain. Obviously Van Dijk and Salah both signed new contracts, didn't they? But like I said, Trent just wanted to try out a different club. Ibrahima Konate, like I say, if it was someone like Man City or a domestic team, you'd understand the anger. I think the fact he is going abroad makes it a bit better, in my book anyway. Kostas Tsimikas. Jarell Quansah. Kiana Bradley. Taro Endo. Dominic Szoboszlai, one of the best midfielders in Premier League in my eyes. Probably still not the best midfielder at Liverpool, which is unbelievable, isn't it? Alex McAllister, who, let's just say, he can leather a shot, can't he, when he hits it? What a shot he's got. The amount of long range goals he's scored and nearly actually ripped the net. And when he scored against Blades, I don't know how he didn't rip net. Curtis Jones, banging top corner, just absolutely leathered it from top edge of the box. Harvey Elliott. Got there in the end. Ryan Gravenberch. And they've just got so many quality players. I mean, you can see why they won the league. Definitely got the best team, haven't they? And they won the most points. Darwin Núñez. Not got the best striker. And again, I won't turn him down at Blades. Yeah, he's not 80 million quid striker, is he? Mohamed Salah, who, you know, just gets better, really, doesn't he? Doesn't get any worse. I mean, say in your last year contract, what a way to say, yeah, gives another one. It's decent money. Let's get 29 goals in the league. Federico Chiesa. He's probably the best African player to ever play in Premier League. And there's been some good ones, haven't there? Cody Gakpo. When you think of some of the players, you know, Mahrez, Drogba. Going back to players like Peter Unlove, Tony Yeboah, Lucas Radebe. Yeah, some unbelievable talent, isn't there? Rising star Conor Bradley. Essien. Yaya Toure as well. I mean, he's one of the best players. See, he's got to be up there for one of the best ever African players as well, hasn't he? Challenging Salah. I mean, unbelievable player. Kolo Toure as well. So Salah elite. Yeah. Luis Diaz. JJ Okocha, you see, they're all coming back to you now, aren't they? I mean, what a baller he were, JJ Okocha. Alex McAllister. Key player, midfield master, it's got an album. Diogo Jota, key player. Sharp shooter, it's put on there. A lot of these key players, they have them here. The next sticker, it's their normal sticker, isn't it? Diogo Jota. And then super signing Federico Chiesa. Should be only signing that way. I think was that literally the only player they signed in summer. I think it was. And there you go. That is your full team of the champions Liverpool stuck into the album. Then we're going on to Man City, who obviously were the champions and now no longer are. Finished third in the end, 71 points, 72 goals scored. Decent goal difference, not for them, like 28. Obviously Haaland with their top scorer with 22. And there we go, Man City badge. I mean, Haaland is a beast, isn't he? He just does not stop scoring goals, does he? And it was a bad season for him, weren't it? Only getting 22. Got Stefan Ortega Moreno. Decide whether it's Spanish or German with his name, it looks like it could there. Ederson. He's got some Spanish heritage in there. Josko Gvardiol. That was nearly terrible. Sometimes like the cut on the bottom is not always 100% straight, so when you line it up it just goes off. Oh, Manuel Akanji. We've got Blue Moon fabric sticker. Kyle Walker, who I am 100% sure if we had been promoted, Sheffield United, he would have been signing for us, because he made no secret of the fact that he wants to retire at the Blades, come back, but we didn't go up, did we? Ruben Diaz, we're not going to be able to afford his wages in Championship. That's the end of that. Thanks, Sunderland. John Stones. Nathan Ake. Rico Lewis. Mateo Kovacic. Jack Grealish, who I think this has been his last season at Man City, and he's going to be off. I don't know where he's going to be going to. It's a shame, really, because the Jack Grealish at Aston Villa were unbelievable, weren't they? Jeremy Doku. That's your first page done. And we're on to second page. So Rodri, who I think he was the main reason Man City didn't win the league relay. When you have that good a player injured, and it's pivotal to everything that you do, it's going to have a massive impact on your season like it did. Kevin De Bruyne, captain, obviously his last season at Man City. I think, has he signed for Napoli? It definitely looks like he's going to, doesn't it? Ilkay Gundogan. Bernardo Silva. Mateus Nunes. Phil Foden. Oh, it's just not hit the heights of the season before, has it? The Euros affected a lot of the England players, didn't it, I think? Oscar Bob. James McAtee. Well, I kind of have a breakthrough season, didn't he, at Man City? I spent 2 seasons on loan at the Blades. I would spend another few seasons there, or I'll be going, I would imagine, to one of the big clubs, but like one of the mid-table big clubs, possibly, before moving on to a big club. He's a really good player, I've got to say that. Oscar Bob, rising star. Elite Erling Haaland. So good I can't peel his sticker away. Stick him in like this as well. There we go, stuck in perfectly. Savinho. Oh, I can see already that was not going in well. There we go, that's better. Key player, Josko Gvardiol. Ball playing beast it's got in album. Phil Foden, key player. Magic touch written in the album. Erling Haaland, his base, its sticker. 2 on 1 page with Elite as well. So many stickers and cards for Erling Haaland as well as one of the players that collect. And last but not least, super signing, Savinho. And there you go, that is your full Man City team, all stuck in. And now we're on to after Man City, Manchester United. The Red Devils, who had a terrible season, finishing 15th, only getting 42 points, didn't they? So let's get first one in there, Man United badge. I'm not even sure who Man United's top goal scorer were, to be honest. Well, they weren't very high. But yeah, for Man U, getting 42 points, only scoring 44 goals, minus 10 on goal difference is unheard of, isn't it? Altay Bayendia. And it really makes you think that Ruben Amorim really is going to have to hit the ground running in coming season, isn't he, if he's going to have any chance of staying there. I think they're going to let him off with asses because it wasn't his team, was it, really? A lot of players he wants rid of. Andre Onana. But yeah, he's not going to get long, I wouldn't have thought, in the coming season. If they start losing lots of games again, I think he'll be gone. Yeah. It's definitely the only problem with these hardback books. Quite tight there. That's why they're always the hardest stickers to stick in. Got Tyrell Militia. Lenny Yoro. That was nicely done on that one anyway. Then we've got the fabric sticker for Man United, the Red Devils. It's Rashford on it, obviously. Whether he'll ever play for Man United again is still to be seen. He spent the second half of the season on loan at Villa, didn't he? Did all right, to be fair, but I think his massive wages is going to stop him getting a move there. Got Nasser Mazraoui. That looked wonky then. That looks better. It is. Matthias de Ligt, obviously. I'm not directly over it like I would be if I weren't filming. We're sticking stickers in, so I've seen it at a bit of an angle. Harry Maguire, ex-Blade. Lives in Sheffield as well. Seen odd time at supermarket. Asda at Moss Way. Lisandro Martinez. Diogo Dalot. Luke Shaw. Mason Mount. See, whenever I see his name, I really want to say it like a Northern Irish accent. Looks like it needs to be said like Mason Mount. Just got one of them names that sound good in that accent. Bruno Fernandes. And again, the reason why I said Bruno Fernandes and not Fernandes is, again, I saw something where it was like pronouncing his name same as Brian Buemo, and he said it's Bruno Fernandes. So that's why I do it. It's not just because of FIFA. I've got Christian Eriksen. I'll take next page. Casemiro. Manuel Ugarte. Kobbie Mainoo. Marcus Rashford, obviously I think in the transfer updates is in a Villa kit. Joshua Zirkzee. Amad Jallo. He had a good season, didn't he, Amad? When he was fit for Man U. Alejandro Garnacho, and it'd be to see whether Garnacho will stay, actually, won't it? Not sure what Man United fans' feelings are in regards to Garnacho. But it looks like Amorim don't really particularly want him there, doesn't it? The feeling I get as an outsider. What gives that away? But it definitely looks like he don't want him. That's that crease out. So I've got Rising Star Lenny Yoro. I just want to say Yenny Loro. I don't know why. Elite Kobbie Mainoo. Rasmus Højlund. Oh, I can see. Oh, yeah, we're definitely wonky. That's better. Key player Bruno Fernandes. Got prime playmaker in Album. Key player Alejandro Garnacho. Album has got live wire. Anthony. Done much better at Sociedad, hasn't he, than he has at Man U. and super signing Manuel Ugarte. There you go. That is your full complete Man United team stuck in. Both pages, full and complete. Now on to Newcastle, who did have a good season, didn't they? Finishing 5th, sneaking into Champions League places on last day, didn't they? Kept in there. 66 points, 68 goals scored, so pretty consistent with goals and points, weren't they? I think it was plus 21, yeah, plus 21 on goal difference. Alexander Isak helping that arm massively with 23 goals. No wonder they want a lot of money for him. Martin Dubravka, 150 million they've quoted Liverpool if you want him. Yeah, it'll cost you 150 million, so I think that might be the end of that. It's in a position where they've got Champions League football, they can say that. Nick Pope. Emil Kraft. I'm not exactly sure how to say his name, so it was a mixture of the it's Kraft. So I said that. Lewis Hall. Toonami, fabric sticker. This one's black and white as well. Looks really good, doesn't it? We've been Newcastle. Kieran Trippier. Sven Botman. Fabian Schär. Oh, Fabian. You know, once again, Newcastle, amazing season, didn't they? Jamal Lascelles winning League Cup. First trophy they've won in a very, very long time. Qualifying for Champions League. Living the best life, really, weren't they? Tino Livramento. And unfortunately, they've got time Wearside derbies to look forward to, because Sunderland beat us in the playoff final. I'm saying unfortunately, obviously Newcastle fans will be pleased. Not so much pleased that Sunderland went up, more the fact that they've got the derbies back, haven't they? Lloyd Kelly. I think you can definitely have them as favourites to win, can't you? But it is a derby, so you never know. Dan Burn. I remember when we tried to sign Dan Burn when we were in League One from Wigan, who I think we're also in League One. And look where he is now. We've got Joe Linton. And that is your last page done. Sandro Tonali, who he's had his ban for the gambling. He came back one of the most important players again this season. I think they spent 50 million on him. Jacob Murphy, and he has been good, hasn't he? His twin as well. Is it James Murphy, I want to say? He's good as well. He ripped us to bits when he played for Portsmouth. Miguel Almiron, who's now gone back to MLS, hasn't he? And a good send-off from Newcastle fans. I think, right, at Southampton? What did I say? Joe Willock. chonky there. It's not too bad, that now. Bruno Guimaraes. Callum Wilson, who I've got, I mean, imagine how much he would be worth if he wasn't as injury prone as he was. Because he is a good goal scorer when he's fit, isn't he? Anthony Gordon, who's not got a bad car, has he? And he's absolutely flourished since he's gone to Newcastle, hasn't he? That next step up from leaving Everton. Harvey Barnes. He doesn't always start for Newcastle, does play quite a lot, but I mean, what a player. I just think he's not an instant starter. It just shows you just how difficult it is in the Premier League. Tino Livramento. Alexander Isak. Sean Longstaff. Oops, throwing him about now. Got Bruno Guimaraes, key player. Got complete midfielder written in album there, isn't it? And he's a good player, not to be said, isn't it? Anthony Gordon. Whirlwind wizard, whirlwind winger even. The ADHD jumping ahead. Alexander Isak. Like I say, quoted Liverpool 150 million. So I'm gonna put my neck out here and say next season Alexander Isak will be a Newcastle player. Lewis Hall, I mean, don't get me wrong, in today's market, is it a bad price? I don't know. He is a really good player. 23 goals, second goal, top scorer, I think. Yeah, 23. And there you go. That is your full Newcastle United team, all stuck in every single sticker. And now we're going on to Nottingham Forest, who so long looked like they were going to get in Champions League, but they didn't, and my heart bleeds. But yeah, all joking aside, and rivalries aside, they were unlucky, really, weren't they, to not get in the Champions League. But they are in Conference League, aren't they? Matt Sells. Whether they end up in Europa League or not is to be seen, isn't it? Because I don't know, nobody knows what's going to happen yet with regards to Palace. And UEFA, because obviously one of Palace's shareholders has got 25% stake in the club. Carlos Miguel has also got a big stake in, what is it Lyon, isn't it? In France. And because they finish higher up in the domestic league, they take precedent. So Palace might not be able to play in Europa League. Alex Moreno, and they might have to drop down to the Conference League, which would be a shame. They've changed the rules this season, haven't they, where you had to, if you have got multi-club ownership, you had to put Willy Bolly shares into a blind trust, didn't you, about 1st of March, when last season I think it was about 1st of July, and obviously, order of Crystal Palace, I think that was the day that they played Millwall, right? Millwall in Cup. You're not going to be doing that, are you? So yeah, it's a bit harsh on a team like Palace. But yeah, it's good for Forest that, you know, after, I think last time they played in Europe, I want to say 95, 96, because the 94, 95, they finished 3rd. They were relegated in the first season of the Premier League, Brian Clough's last season. I think it were Sheffield United that relegated them in the end, beating them. Morato. And Brian Clough's last ever home game as well for Forest. Or his last ever game, I can't remember. One of the two. Obviously, they went down to Championship, with first division at the time. Murillo came straight back up and then finished third. But they're Stan Collymore, didn't they? Who were fire at the time. And so I'm sure they played in Europe in 95, 96. So that was the last time that they were in Europe. That's good in that aspect for them, isn't it? Nico Williams. There'll be European football again at the City Ground, obviously. It's synonymous with big European nights, isn't it? When they won Harry Toffolo, when they won European Cup twice in a row, 2 years in a row. They won the, what is the Champions League now, which is why they got the 2 stars on the top of the badge. Brian Clough, weren't it? But 79 and 80, I want to say. Nikola Milenkovic. Ola Aina. So they've got some history in Europe. But I think it's safe to say, I think everyone would be happy for it to be said as well. Ibrahim Sangare. It were down to one man, weren't it? Brian Clough. I mean, obviously it was the team that did it, but, you know, he did it. He was a manager at Derby, got them to the semi-final of the European Cup. Elliot Anderson, and won the league with Derby. And he had a stint at Leeds, didn't he? And then he went on to Forest. Obviously, I can't remember when he got him promoted or not, but I know, yeah, but I know they got promoted and then he won the league in his first season. Well, in the top division. It's your first page done anyway for Forest. And then went on next season and won the European Cup. Morgan Gibbs-White, obviously star player for Forest. Like I say, he's a bit of a bitter pill to swallow that he were on loan at Blades and missed that penalty against Forest in the playoffs, which meant Forest went on to the playoff final and went up, and then he signed for Forest. Like I said, I'm not suggesting for any second that he thought, oh, Forest are going to come in for me, I'm going to miss this. But it's still very disheartening, let's just say. It was definitely well loved. James Ward-Prowse at Blades, and probably not so much anymore, just because, went to Forest. So it's a bit of rivalry between United and Forest. Ryan Yates goes back to like 80s with minor strikes and stuff like that, and then when we beat them in playoffs in 2003, which still to this day is the best game of football I've ever been to, at Bramall Lane, where we beat Nottingham Forest 4-3 in playoff, first division at the time, in our championship playoff semi-final, to go through to the final. Tybor won here. We were losing 2-0 and all, and scored straight after they scored second goal and pulled it back and then won 4-3. With Des Walker, ex-Wednesday captain, scoring an own goal as well. Paul Pesky-Salido, Chris Wood scoring an amazing weaving goal. So yeah, there's a bit of rivalry between Forest, obviously. So I'm not going to look at Forest from there. It's all rivalry for match day, isn't it? Don't take it too far. Callum Hudson-Odoi, he is a good player. When last season when we played Forest, he scored 2. And just as soon as he cuts inside, you know what he's going to do. He's going to cut inside. He's going to look to curl that shot into the top corner with his right foot. Nobody couldn't stop him, and he did it twice. So yeah, really good player. Anthony Elanga, again, another good player. I mean, you look at Forest team. They were really fortunate that they went up that season. I mean, I'm not going to say they didn't deserve it. For me, yeah, they were one of the better teams in the league and deserved it for me. But if they had not gone up, they would have been in a very bad position due to they had lots of players coming out of contract, there were lots of players on loan. So for Forest, it really works out well for them that they went up. And they've not looked back, have they? Because, I mean, look at them now. So, yeah, like I say, in the end, they did deserve to go up. It's just a shame they had to beat us, didn't they? Shame we couldn't have gone up automatic. Had a better start to the season, but hey, I am struggling here. This is not going in. One last go. I'm going to stick it in like this. Did not want to go in, did it? There we go. Now it's gone in straight, and very nice indeed. Yeah, I was struggling then. Murillo Rising Star. Know a few Forest fans as well. Morgan Gibbs-White. Danilo. My backs are making an appearance again. Got Nikola Milenkovic, key player. It's got tough tackler. There's Editing Album. Chris Wood, key player. Aerial ace it's got, but he's more than just an aerial ace, isn't he, Chris Wood? I've got to take my hat off to him. He has absolutely smashed it onto this season. How many goals did he get? 20. 4-5 goal scorer, with Forest finishing 7th, weren't he? But again, like I say, how well Forest did. Still, I can still say it. 65 points. That's so good a season, isn't it? 58 goals scored as well. 12 on goal difference. They've just not conceded them late goals. Sorry. Roman Sosa. That late goal, which obviously Jamie Vardy had to score as well for Leicester. They'd have been... yeah, they would have been in Champions League. Elliot Anderson. Even a draw and a day at home to Chelsea, and they would have been in Champions League, wouldn't they? Oh no, they wouldn't have, sorry, not with a draw. But they would have finished 7th and they would have been in Europa League. But there you go, that is your full Forest team. Both pages completed for you there. Hope you like my little history talk on Forest as well. And now on to the Saints, Southampton, who, yeah, the list said about their season, the better really. Bottom at league. Second lowest points tally ever in Premier League with 12. 1 point above the lowest ever, which Derby got with 11. Yeah, only 26 goals scored. 86 conceded. Minus 60 on goal difference, yeah. Just a really awful season. And I know how they feel, because we only finished with 16 points and got battered every week as well the season before. So I know how they feel. You want to get to Premier League. You get there. And, yeah, you're losing every week. Heavily. So that were Aaron Ramsdale. Gavin Bazunu. Two decent keepers as well, because Bazunu's good, Ramsdale's good as well. And yeah, it's just unfortunate that, you know, Russell Martin's got his way of playing, and he didn't change his way. They've got a manager in that they're never going to keep, and he's gone. Yukinari Sugawara, and now they've got Will Still. It always feels like I've said Will Still, doesn't it? Not Will Still, Will Still. London accent. Charlie Taylor. Saints fabric sticker. Ryan Fraser on that as well. I've not got the Saints going marching in on that. Kyle Walker-Peters. Captain Jack Stevens. Ooh. Taylor Harwood Bellis. James Bree. So I've not got that much to say about Southampton season. Jan Bednarek. So they'll be looking forward to this coming season more, because they will win some games. They will finish up, they will score more goals, they'll concede less goals, and they'll finish much higher up in the league. Flynn Downs. And they'll celebrate promotion if they get it, and then they'll be like, oh, you know, hoping they'll have a completely different team. Joe Aribo. And lastly for this page, Will Smallbone. Now to second page, starting with Saints legend, really, isn't it? Adam Lallana. Mateus Fernandez, or is it Fernandes? Who knows? He's got Russell Martin up there, aren't they? He's the Southampton manager. Pretty abysmal looking stats. Played 8, drawn 1, lost 7. It didn't get much better, to be fair, did it? Maxwell Cornet. A few years back, how expensive he were on FIFA, because he won at best silver players when you needed him for them silver challenges. Because he was, what did he have, like 96, 97 on pace? Ryan Fraser. Tyler Diblin. Adam Armstrong, who once again will be on fire next season, as in Championship he knows how to score goals, doesn't he? Ross Stewart. Torrid time with hundreds, hasn't he, at Southampton? Ben Brereton Diaz, who didn't really do much for Southampton compared to how good he were in Premier League for us when we were bottom. Played to his strengths, though, didn't we? He came back on loan for the second half of last season at the Blades, and just wasn't the same as the season before. We played him out on right rather than the central or on the left. Rising star Tyler Dibley, and yeah, didn't just never really hit the heights. Kyle Walker-Peters, elite. Leslie Ugachukwu. Like a right, like vintage northern here, that it? Ah, Leslie. Jan Bednarik, key player. And we're adding in album. It's got Clearance King. Adam Armstrong, key player. Fox in the box. It's got a heading in album. Cameron Archer. So I wonder if he's going to sign for Sunderland this season to keep up his streak of signing for teams that play red and white to get relegated and finish bottom. Been unlucky, really, aren't it? Because season before we went up, well, no, actually the season we went up, you were on loan at Middlesbrough, on fire for Middlesbrough, just couldn't stop scoring. We signed him, but kind of a replacement for Iliman and Jai. It was just never going to be that. And yeah, signed for another struggling team. I think he did a little bit better for Southampton, didn't he? And Aaron Ramsdale, super signing. Then he did for Blades. I think he scored 3 league goals for us. Yeah, it's difficult when you play against struggling teams all the time to build up your confidence, because he's a good player. There's a good player in Cameron Archer. Don't get me wrong. He will come good, having seen him. But yeah, it's just been unfortunate that he signed for 2 struggling sides. So I know Leeds were after it one bit, so he might sign for Leeds. Spurs badge then. So on to Tottenham. And I'm talking about Tottenham's season because they won a European trophy. And not just any European trophy. They won the Europa League. Vicario, but they finished 17th in the league with 38 points. Conceding 63 goals. 65 goals, sorry, because they scored 64. And now -1 goal difference. So, yes, it's league-wise, had one of the worst seasons they've had in generations, haven't they? Fraser Forster. But they won a cup. So, like Big Ancho, well, what do you want? Like, he concentrated on the cup from Inter. He won them the Europa League, and his reward was his P45, and they sacked him. Don't get me wrong, he will have been handsomely paid off, but it's still, you know, still been sacked, hasn't he? So, yeah, Jed Spence, don't really know what to say about their season. I had to sum it up. Rate good and rate bad, all in one. But yeah, you'd take a cup win, a European Cup win, wouldn't you? European Cup win and staying up and you're in Champions League, you're taking that, aren't you? Ben Davies. Except that obviously the league position was absolutely unacceptable for him. But you have to look at the greater picture, bigger picture, don't you? You won a European Cup and you're in Champions League. So this is a fabric sticker to dare us to do for Spurs with Brennan Johnson on there. David Johnson's son, for anyone that didn't know or ever watches Sky Sports and don't listen to him. Like to find him in crowd, don't they? Radu Dragusin. Destiny Udogie. Christian Romero. Pedro Porro. I'd say he is one of the best fullbacks I've ever seen play at Premier League. He is so fast and he's got a right shot on him. Mickey van den Ven. Another player who's like lightning, isn't he? So quick, but very injury prone. Yves Bissouma. James Maddison. Archie Gray. That is your first page for Tottenham done and stuck in. Now on to the second page, starting with Lucas Bergvall. Dejan Kulusevski. Pape Matasar. Rodrigo Bentancur. Richarlison. Got Big Angel, obviously he's not the manager anymore. Timo Werner. He's gone back to Leipzig as well, hasn't he? In a couple of seasons on loan at Spurs. Well, then players who should be good and just never makes it in Premier League, does he? Dominic Solanke. He'll have a better season at Spurs next season as well. Big, skillful, powerful, fast. goal scorer, isn't he? Brennan Johnson, who again, another really good young player, isn't he, Brennan Johnson? Again, pace to burn, hasn't he? But not just pace, he's got skill in, he can score. Rising star Lucas Bergvall. Got lots of players that defenders must hate playing against. I mean, imagine you've just tackled Solanke and then you've got Brennan Johnson running at you as well. Son Heung-min, and again, Son, what an amazing player. Or certainly has been. Son Heung-min captain sticker. Key player Mickey van den Ven. Supersonic stopper it's got. It's heading in album. Pedro Porro, key player, flying fullback. Like I say, he is unbelievably fast. Wilson Odobert. And Dominic Solanke, super signing. And there you go, that is your full Spurs team, all stuck in. And now we're on to West Ham. So start with West Ham badge then. So West Ham, disappointing season really for West Ham, weren't it? Only finishing 14th and 43 points. Only scoring 46 goals as well after spending quite a bit of money, didn't they? Minus 16 on goal difference as well. Yeah, not a good season for him. Lucas Fabianski, especially after what they've been used to under Moyes. Yeah, better the devil you know sometimes, isn't it? Be careful what you wish for. You're wanting something better. Alphonse Areola. Because he was a very good manager, weren't he, David Moyes? Won your Conference League as well. It's at semi-finals at Europa League and all, isn't he? So, yeah. High finishes in the league. Max Kilman. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Oof. You know what? Let's do this again. Let's not mess it up. There we go. Beautifully done. Fabric sticker then, come on you iron with Danny Ings and Jared Bowen. Aaron Cresswell. Seems to have been at West Ham forever, Aaron Cresswell, doesn't he? I think he's been only a couple of seasons at Ipswich. And then forever at West Ham. Vladimir Kufal. Konstantinos Mavropanos. Jean-Claire Todibo. Emerson Palmieri. Carlos Soler. Lucas Paquetá. Just see what happens with him as well, won't it? Mohamed Kudus, with his FA case against him about the spot betting, was it, with the yellow cards? Obviously, they're the accusations. I'm not saying anything happened. That's what FA is charging with, and had a case against him, isn't it? Edson Alvarez. Not sure if the hearing's been held already and they're just waiting on the results. Guido Rodriguez. I think they're looking at a lifetime ban as well, weren't they? If they were found guilty. Thomas Souček. Andrew Irving. A bit easier to stick these in now as I've got towards the end of albums. It's not as curved in towards book, is it? Although that weren't too good. Big air bubble in that. Michael Antonio. Hope he's recovering well from his really horrendous car accident. Wishing him speedy recovery and hopefully plays football again. He may not, because I mean, if you saw the car and you looked at the injuries that he got, well, what were listed, right? Nicholas Fulkrug. Yeah, he might not, but fingers crossed he does, because he is a good player, isn't he? Even though he did play for Wednesday. Luis Guillem, you know, he's one of them players you can't help but not like for me. Yeah, wishing him a very speedy recovery. Danny Ings. He's not really hit it off at West Ham, has he, Danny Ings? He's scored goals everywhere he goes. He's not managed to do it, has he, at West Ham? Crescencio Somerville, a rising star. Mohamed Kudus Elite. So got the Julien Lopetegui. There was their manager, just didn't do a good job really, did he? And it is now gone. Crescencio Somerville. And it's Potter now, isn't it? Graham Potter. I don't think he's got long next season either. Like Amarim, to make a good impression. Alphonse Areola, key player. A safe hand, it's got his head in the album. Jared Bowen, key player. Hotshot Hammer. It's got his head in. Jared Bowen, captain sticker. And super signing, Max Kilman. And there you go. That is your full West Ham United team, all stuck in and complete. And now we're on to Wolves. So Wolves, I mean, at one bit when they had Gary O'Neill, looked like they could go down, Wolves, didn't it? In end, finished 16th, sorry, 2 points above the 2 places above the relegation zone, however. But they did finish above Spurs, but they finished on 42 points, 54 goals scored, minus 15 goal difference, but more importantly, 17 points above Leicester. So yeah, in the end, they were miles clear of relegation, weren't they? Jose Sa. Sam Johnston. Obviously, the top goal scorer were Mateus Cunha with 15 goals, weren't he? He was definitely one of the better players. But can be a bit of a maverick, can't you? And a bit of a hothead and getting sent off and banned for a few games, but yet still in a struggling team, managed to get 15 goals. Obviously, confirmed that Man United today signed for them, didn't it? For 65 million, wasn't it? 62 million. Craig Dawson. Nelson Semedo. Amazing how he were one of the good young up-and-coming stars at Barcelona, weren't he? I remember, if you wanted him on FIFA for a good fast right back, he could set you back a bit, didn't it, when he played for Barcelona? We Are Wolves fabric sticker. Matt Doherty. Ryan Aït-Nouri, who's just signed for Man City, hasn't he? Just in time for Club World Cup. Ronaldo won't be in the Club World Cup, will he? Like almost as if they did that little transfer window so he could. Anyway, no, I'm not. Santiago Bueno. I think he wants the rest when he is 40, isn't he? So can't be playing constantly. Yerson Mosquera. Mosquera. Totti. Captain Jefferson Lerma. Oh, has he gone now? I don't know whether he's actually been sold or not. Boubacar Traore. Andre. That's your first page done for Wolves. Second then, so we've got João Gomez. Tommy Doyle. On memories of Tommy Doyle. And that goal he scored for Blades in FA Cup quarter-final against Blackburn in last minute. Jorgen Strand Larsen. About 30 yards out into the top corner. Matheus Cunha. That's like my newest player. Rodrigo Gomez. Pablo Sarabia. Carlos Forbes. John Rickner Bellegarde. Oh, stick that on like that and all. Rising star Rodrigo Gomez. Elite Matheus Cunha. Huang He-Chan. Key player Ryan Aitnori. Wicked wing back. It's got heading. Jefferson Lerma, key player. Captain Fantastic, heading. Goncalo, oh, yeah, couldn't get it then. Goncalo Guedes. Tell that we're going to be wonky then. Like last stick of nerves, isn't it? And then last but not least, super signing Sam Johnston. So this is the last normal sticker to go in the album. And that's it. That's your last sticker. But fear not. Well, obviously I'll show you all the Wolves page as well. There you go, that's your full Wolves team complete and stuck in. That's the last normal sticker, but fear not, we're on to transfer updates then. Let's get these smashed in. So we've got Julio Soler for Bournemouth. Never understand as well. Transfer updates, how they don't, they come all mixed up, don't they? Miles Lewis Skelly. Even though you get it all together, it'll come mixed up. I remember when Merlin used to do a transfer update book. Axel Disarce. In fact, I've got one of those as well. Steven Gerrard rookie sticker inside it. Obviously the rookie stickers weren't a thing then, otherwise I'd have kept some swaps of him. Andres Garcia, it were a more American thing, weren't it? Definitely weren't a UK thing anyway. Lemaire Bogard. Daniel Malen for the Villa. A lot of Villa players here, isn't there? Marco Asensio. He were one of their top signings, weren't he? Absolutely, changed their fortunes round. And Marcus Rashford. Again, he did well at Villa as well, didn't he? Sometimes you just need a change of a club, don't you? Refresh and get good again. Michael Coyote. Paris Magoma. It says it debuted from Academy. Aaron Cashin, sorry. There will be a different way to say that. I've just not come across that name before, so I actually don't know how to say it. It's an Irish name. Diego Gomez, so don't get on me. Just let me know how you actually say it in comments. I got Quiver Kelleher right, didn't I? Matisse Amagu. Mark Guy. Ben Chilwell. Roman Esse. I'm from Millwall, I want to say. Justin Devaney. Carlos Alcaraz. Josh King. Willian, signed for Fulham for like a millionth time, isn't it? But not second time. But he is just one of those players. It's just his quality shines through, doesn't it? He might be getting older, but his quality's still there. Alex Palmer. That's the Ipswich signings there. Jaden Philogene, who they bought from Villa. Lord at Hull, weren't it, season before? Got a goal that were nominated for Pushkas Award, weren't it? Jacob Stolaracic. I think that's how you say it. Stolaracic. For Leicester. Wayo Koulibaly. And that's your first 24 of the transfer update. And just like that, as if by magic, we're on to the second page at second 24. So we've got Vitislav Jaros for Liverpool. Vito Rice, or Reyes, Man City. Abdul Kadir Kusanov. We've got Jamie Simpson Pusey, or Pusey. That one was terribly stuck in then. That one was terribly stuck in again. Ah, that's better. Nico Gonzalez. Nico O'Reilly. Any more Nicos? No. What's an Omar Mamouche? After this. Another good young player for City coming through, isn't it? Nico O'Reilly. He does look like a star. Omar Mamouche. Patrick Dorgu. Left back into from... we signed from an Italian club. Danish left back. Toby Collier. Jota Silva. Joe Lumley. Nathan Wood. Wellington. Away. Joachim K. Sander. Albert Grombeek. Anthony Kinski, Spurs. Kevin Danso. Mattis Tell, I don't know if they're actually signing him or not full-time from Bayern. Oliver Scholes. Evan Ferguson. Emmanuel Agbadu. Nasa Giga. Pedro Lima. And last but absolutely not least, everyone's favourite, Marshall Munetze. And there you go. So that is every single sticker stuck in the album, all 638 normal stickers, 48 transfer updates. That's both your pages for the transfer updates. If you've stayed with me on this epic journey, why, thank you kindly. It's been emotional. It's been long. But yeah, we'll just have a quick flick through the album then. So there's your first page with the trophies on. There's your kit pages. Bournemouth. Arsenal. Villa. Brentford. Brighton. Chelsea. Chelsea. Crystal Palace. FA Cup winners, Crystal Palace as well, for all you Palace fans out there. Everton in the new stadium now, aren't they? Fulham. Sorry, can't go past Everton without, you know, seeing my favourite player, Iliman Ndiaye. I miss him. Fulham again. I miss Sanderberg as well. Ipswich Town. There's your season so far. Your Panini Sticker Stars. Your Record Breakers. Leicester City. Liverpool, your 2024-25 Premier League champions. Manchester City, 23-24 champions. Give up the crown to Liverpool early. Manchester United with their most disappointing Premier League season. Newcastle United, a very good season, winning League Cup and getting Champions League. Forest, getting a good season and lucky not to be in Champions League, but in Conference League at the minute, aren't they? Southampton, second worst Premier League season ever. Tottenham Hotspur, their worst Premier League season ever, but won Europa League and now in Champions League. Work that one out. West Ham, disappointing from them, I suppose. And Wolves did well in the end. And then, well, we've just stuck in the transfer updates. So, yeah. Thanks for joining me on this epic journey. I've got to admit, it's one of my favourite videos to do. I love sticking all the stickers in. Always loved it from being a kid as well. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you there on next one.